The old Kenny Goodtimes is gone. I'm now the new Kenny Goodtimes who has listened to every Mastodon album. And my life will never be the same. Before this, I literally heard one, maybe two Mastodon songs in the past. So I legit went into this like completely blind and unaware of what was going to happen to me after listening to this much Mastodon. We started off our great Mastodon journey with Remission, coming out in 2002. Honestly, sick album art for 2002. I feel like usually bands in this era, this early era, just don't know how to do art. This album starts off with Crusher Destroyer, and so far, so good. I can already tell their music is gonna be a little weird, but in a good, interesting way. Very, very talented musicians, and you're gonna hear me say that a lot. We then have March of the Fire Ants, which is one of the two Mastodon songs that I already knew. Where Strides the Behemoth piqued my interest as it started. I can't tell if it's bass or guitar, but there is something low that just is like so satisfying. And like this drummer is absolutely insane. Probably the best drummer of any of these bands so far. And then Workhorse is next. I'm not sure who does the vocals on each song. By like the last album, I started getting an idea of like who was who. But on Workhorse specifically, sorry, I had an itch right there. On Workhorse specifically, the vocals are so aggressive and I fork with that really heavy. Like Workhorse makes me want to rage. Old Nessie has a cool intro. It is like pretty long. And there was no vocals obviously, but still like, you know, I don't like instrumentals. I don't like slow stuff or whatever, but it is a very interesting song. It's not necessarily bad. Burning Man gives me the blast beats I was looking for, and Trainwreck was a great song. I can't get over the drums. I can't get over the drums, and I don't get over them. The whole video, you're gonna hear me say the same stuff over and over, and it's gonna be awesome. Trampled Underhoof was incredible. I think it's called, okay, there's a lot of these I'm probably not gonna pronounce correctly, but Trilobite wasn't my favorite, but still good. I do think it's a very dynamic and creative song, so I'll give you that, Mastodon. Mother Puncher gets points just for the title. Oh my gosh, Mother Puncher gets points just for the title alone. The amount of times I tried to say that was disturbing. And the album ends with Elephant Man, which reading my notes, I almost said Eggplant Man. The song's pretty long, I think like 7.5 minutes. It's just not my favorite. I can say that and still respect that they are a very talented band. And I can handle a brisk 4 to 5 minute instrumental, but 7, kind of pushing it a little bit. For this first album, it's giving me a good idea of who Mastodon is, or at least so I thought listening to this at the time. I now know it kind of goes somewhere a little bit different. I can only imagine, you know, that it gets better and better. I think it's a good album overall. I would definitely listen to it again. On to the next one. Points for another sick-ass album cover. Very iconic. We've got Moby D, and it starts with Blood and Thunder. And like, it just gets right into it, doesn't it? I really liked Blood and Thunder a lot. I am Ahab. I am Ahab. I'm a hob. I'm a hobbit. I'm Ahab. Another banger. Dude, these people know how to write. They seem to like all work so well together. Sea Beast was okay. I didn't really like the melody of the song. Island goes hard. This song is the opposite. Like I love the melody and the trajectory of the song. I love when a song has a story. I love the drums on everything. Iron Tusk is amazing. Megalodon, hello. Just such a beautiful intro. I love the different, like the ride and the cymbals. It sounds so mysterious and like majestic. I feel like Mastodon is just a bunch of show-offs or like very creative people, but like, I love that. Naked Burn was good. Insane drumming on that one yet again. Aqua Dementia is fire. I love the time signature changes throughout that one. It's barf-tacular. I hated that. I'm really sorry for that one. Hearts Alive was difficult to sit through. Just another very like overly long instrumental-ish song. Again, they're very talented, but talent doesn't change my taste in like what I enjoy listening to. Joseph Merrick, which is actually labeled as an instrumental. That's what it ends with. I don't know. I didn't like that song either. As far as Leviathan, Megalodon at this point had become my favorite Mastodon song. I think I listened to it about 11 times, maybe 11 and a half. There were a lot of great songs on this album and a few that didn't do it for me. You know me, I keep it real, bros. So Leviathan was okay. I'm excited for what's next. Let's jump into the third one. We have Blood Mountain in 2006. I know nothing about this album at all whatsoever, and yet somehow I'm like hoping, I feel like I'm going to love it. Album art is okay. It's giving like Fable 2 art, if that makes sense. And it starts off with a bang. The wolf is loose. It starts off with a bang, but I didn't particularly like the song. I think I might like it live, but the vocals just sounded like a bit weird to me. Like the doubling, like kind of chorusy effect. Musically, of course, it's fire. Crystal Skull was interesting. I'm starting to realize, specifically on this album, I'm always interested in the song musically. The vocals, particularly on Blood Mountain, I can't stand them. Like how I felt listening to Creed, I can't stand this guy's vocals. I think it's the guy with the long gray hair. I don't know. You, sir, are a dead set legend. You're very talented, but I just don't like his vocals on this album. It's kind of ruining it for me. Sleeping Giant, I was like, I swear to God, if this is another instrumental, thank God there's vocals, but I just like, there's vocals, but I don't like them. Capillarian Crest starts. Love the drums. I can't say that enough. I love the screams on this song. What? I wish all of their songs on this album had screaming instead of whatever the fuck I've been put through listening to this vocally. And the drummer deserves an award. Let's play a drinking game. Every time I mention the drums, you have to drink a 12-pack. Circle of Sasquatch. I don't think it's Sasquatch, is it? It's fantastic. However, there's like a robotic sounding vocal somewhere in this song. I think it's like in the middle, legit gave me a headache. It did. I had my headphones on and there's like this twisty robotic. I was like, bro, you could have had a perfect song. You could have. That being said, aside from the robotic vocals, I love this song. I do. I do like this song a lot. Nothing could have prepared me for Blade Catcher. Check this out. What the fuck was that? I loved Colony of Birchmen. Yes, I did. Can't even explain why. Hunters of the Skye goes extremely hard. Hand of Stone was like a perfect example of what I expected going into Mastodon. It's like a great Mastodon song. It's sassy. It's amazing. This Mortal Soil is really just guys being dudes, isn't it? Didn't really like Siberian Divide all that much. And the album closes with Pendulous Skin. We've got a soft little guitar intro, and I'm thinking like, is this another instrumental? Because at this point, I'll take it. I will. I'll take it after some of these other songs. Like, give me the instrumental. I don't even care anymore. So to break down Blood Mountain, because I heard from a little birdie that a lot of people like this album. I'm really trying my best to be sensitive in general with Mastodon because of Brent passing away recently. And also, I didn't want to make a video about Mastodon so soon after that because in my head, I'm like, what if I don't like Mastodon? And then Brent passes away and then I make a video talking about how much they suck. Like that would have been terrible. So just to put things in perspective, Avenged Sevenfold has been my favorite band since I was like 12. And even then, there are songs I skip, I don't listen to, I don't like at all. So you can be a very talented, amazing, like 10 out of 10 band and still have songs that like I don't vibe with, you know? So all that to say, Blood Mountain was not my favorite, but I am always willing to give it another go. You know what I mean? I would listen to it again in the future. But let's move on to the next one. This album starts with Oblivion. The buildup of this song is driving me crazy. Legit, because I'm so excited. I already love it. And it did not disappoint. I fucking love this song so much. I love Oblivion so much. The vocals on this song rock so hard. The everything on this song rocks. The harmonies sent me to the ozone layer. The harmonies literally sent me to the freaking ozone layer, dude. So tasteful, like so incredibly tasteful. My soul left my body. Divinations follows another. We've got a back-to-back 2-for-1 special of awesomeness. There's a tambourine in this song, bro. We've got a tamb. Everything about Divinations is, I guess, like 3 years in between albums is actually like a huge difference. Quintessence, quintessence, quintessency, quintesselulu, chingalabaka. It makes me feel like I'm on very potent drugs. 10 out of 10. The Czar, Usurper, Escape, Martyr, Spiral. That's the title of the song. And of course, I actually love this song. I really did love it a lot. I don't even remember why. I just loved this song. The drums are incredible. Everything is so crisp and clear. Next up is Ghost of Corellia. I think I got that one right. Another amazing Mastodon song. I literally can't, like, I'll explain, we're almost through the album, but I'll explain like how I felt about this album, because it's like words are not enough. The song Crack the Skye is no different. It's amazing. One thing about me is I'm a very deep feeler. I'm a very emotional person. I'm a woman, but I'm so deeply connected to music. I just feel everything when I listen to music. This album is giving me all of that and everything I could ever need. I'm gonna consider the album closer as The Last Baron, because the official last song was Oblivion, but live. Dude, I was so sad when this album ended. The Last Baron is amazing as well. I actually have no words. Crack the Skye is my favorite album so far, like hands down. I literally saved every single song on this album onto my liked playlist on Spotify. Every song from this album. I've never listened to any band where I've listened to an album and saved every single song. This album is S+ tier. So that's all I'm gonna say. I'm excited to get into this album because the last one changed my life. The album starts with Black Tongue. This was a good song. Curl of the Burl. I'm sure that means something, but I'm uncultured. The vocals in this song are very sassy, and the music is very tasteful. And I love the adventure that Mastodon takes me on every time. Blastroid gives us some screams. I forgot how much I missed that. Stargasm has not only a sick name, but a cool groove throughout. Octopus Has No Friends was really, really good. Very weird song, but it went a lot of places that I liked. All the heavy lifting feels very classic, and the chorus is almost like spooky or like haunting. The Hunter was slower, but still felt very meaningful and like just so intentional. Drybone Valley wasn't bad, but it didn't really stand out to me too much. The bass in Thickening is sick. Again, I feel like I just repeat myself this whole video. From Crack the Skye and beyond, all I really say or think is that they're the most talented and best band in the world. That's legit. And the drummer rocks. You're gonna hear a lot of the same stuff. Creature Lives has a weird intro with like all the laughing, but the song as a whole felt so like cinematic, like the ending of a movie or something. Spectrelight, that's how you say that, right? Spectrelight was great. So was Bedazzled Fingernails. Hello. This song stood out to me immediately. I'm obsessed. The album ends with The Sparrow. Beautiful, like, acoustic intro with lots of weight, reverb, and it's just so atmospheric. Again, not a huge fan of slow songs. I saved this immediately. I've listened to it multiple times this week. I love The Sparrow. And as far as The Hunter, my thoughts are that Mastodon rocks. That's really all I can say. This is like my first experience listening to this much, like, prog back to back. But I think I'm actually, at this point, I was becoming addicted. Straight up. I was only listening to Mastodon. It's so hard to describe, and yet like every song is the same in a way, yet so very, very different. This album was another banger, and this video is becoming very difficult. The album art for this one is one that I can't even describe. I can't comprehend it in my brain. Starts off with Tread Lightly. When that drum moment hit, it literally jump scared me, and like all the blood in my body like thinned out, and I almost passed away. I already knew the Motherload going into this video. This was song number 2 that I knew. It doesn't make sense to me now after all the other Mastodon I've heard. I was like, because the Motherload sounds different to me than all their other stuff. I don't know. High Road was really good, and the vocals were probably my favorite that I'd heard up until this point. Once More Around the Sun and Chimes at Midnight, they were fire. Again, Chimes at Midnight has a very spooky, kind of haunting vibe to it, and it locked me in right away. Asleep in the Deep kind of didn't really go anywhere significant throughout the song, but it wasn't a bad thing. It was actually a nice little change up from some of the other stuff that I'd listened to. I wasn't the biggest fan of Feast Your Eyes, but it wasn't a bad song. Aunt Lisa is great. I wish I had given myself more time to dive into the lore for these songs and albums, because I'm sure Aunt Lisa, whoever she is a wonderful woman. Ember City was okay. Halloween, I love the title. Wasn't my all-time favorite song. I swear to God, the vocals in the last two albums, and at this point I'm pretty sure it's Brent, but it sounds like Greg from Dillinger. Diamond in the Witch House, more spooky vibes for all you freaks out there. It was an interesting song. I ended up saving it. Hey, I saved it. I like how weird it is. Another banger of an album. I'm starting to really look forward to what's next when it comes to song, album to album. Blood Mountain made me grasp the concept, and then the last two albums have helped me understand Mastodon and what they're doing. Great album overall. Let's keep it cooking. Probably my favorite album art yet. There it is. That's it. Take a look. He's got the drip on. I mean, look at what he's wearing. Dude, the sound of Sultan's Curse already has me like drooling. So fucking clean, so well put together. The song in general is just a masterpiece. Show Yourself is groovy, but it was a little bit cringe for me, unfortunately, and I can't even tell you why. That being said, I did save it and will be listening to it every day beyond this video. Still can't stand that guy's voice though. With the hair, I can't stand it. Precious Stones is really good. Guitar and drums sound like so crisp and clear. I literally can't get enough. Steam Breather felt a little weaker, but I do like that multiple vocalists were on this song. That was pretty cool, and it definitely mixed it up a bit. Roots Remain was really good. I actually loved this song. Again, we have the mixing of the vocals, and unlike other bands that do this, I actually like when they slow things down either at the end or during a song, because it's always so atmospheric and like deep and moody. Very tasteful like progression of each song, which I guess maybe that's the point. The guitar solo at the end of Word to the Wise goes hard. I don't mean to like skip over the other songs like this, but like I have to say Emperor of Sand as a whole is so good. I legit I've run out of unique things to say about any of these albums or songs. Like literally, in my opinion, another like non-skipper album. Every album is getting more and more delicious and like addicting. I love Jaguar God. This album was creative and tasteful, and I'm very happy it exists. Quite a few years later, Mastodon drops Hushed and Grim, their most recent album release, dropping in 2021. Starts off with Pain with an Anchor and a very dope-ass drum intro, might I add, going into the sickest groove ever. I saved it immediately. The Crux, or The Crew, if you like that silent X, was another very dynamic and heavy song atmospherically. It was really good. Sickle and Peace wasn't my favorite, wasn't the best Mastodon song that I've heard. More Than I Could Chew was okay. The Beast was meh. Skeleton of Splendor, I think I could only get into that song if I was like hella depressed. So tomorrow, I'll definitely be listening to this song on repeat the entire day. It did feel like very emotional and like detrimental, if that makes sense. Tear Drinker was alright. Pushing the Tides was also alright. I love the chorus on that one. And then Peace and Tranquility was okay. Didn't really get that into it. Same with Dagger. God, look at me ripping them to shreds on their last album. Had It All is okay. Another song I feel like would make more sense if I was like depressed. But then Savage Lands, guys, Savage Lands, we've got Savage Lands. It gets right back to it. Very Mastodon. Had my intention right away. Gobblers of Dregs? If I'm saying any of this wrong, let me know. Has a really cool kind of jumpy, bouncy moment that I really liked. But like other than that, it wasn't the best song. I love Eyes of Serpents so very much. It's just so dramatic and like heavy. It made my chest feel heavy. The piano cuts through and it's just like, I wasn't expecting that. And it's so beautiful and like just so well put together. The album ends with Gigantium. That's what people call me. I'm really tall. And this is actually a huge ending because it's their last song off of their last full-length released album featuring BRENT. And of course it's cinematic and it has strings at the end of it. I was like getting choked up listening to it just because of like the state of everything right now. But overall, Hushed and Grim, you know, I said a lot of negative things about it, but overall, I think it is really good for the time for it to have been 2021 and it still sounds like Mastodon that we know and love. I'd say that's a win. I did also listen to The Call of Mastodon 2006 and I wanted to just say it is amazing. I love it all and I also love where they ended up because Call of Mastodon was, I believe, their demo before even their first album came out, so it was weird going through all of Mastodon and then ending on their demo. It really just let me see who they are as a whole. Yeah, I actually like that one as well. Call of Mastodon, the song is heavy as fuck. Just had to put that in there. We will now move on to everybody's favorite part of the video, which is the KGT Awards, where I will rank Mastodon's best album, their worst album, their best song, and then rank all their albums on a tier list from S tier down to F. I'd like to start off these awards by going over Mastodon's worst album, which in my opinion, this was really, really difficult, okay? This was hard because Mastodon is insanely good and all of their albums are amazing. That being said, I panicked and put Blood Mountain as their worst album. I say worst album very lightly here. I don't think this album is bad. I think it's great. I just loved all of their other albums so much more. And Blood Mountain was the first one that kind of disconnected me from like enjoyment and understanding. Don't like the vocals either on this album. Music is 10 out of 10 throughout, but the vocals on Blood Mountain really ruined it for me. Next, we'll move on to Mastodon's best song. This one was also extremely hard because I love so many of their songs. How do you encapsulate Mastodon into one song? So that being said, their best song, I picked Oblivion from Crack the Skye 2009. This one was super difficult for me, like I mentioned. So many of their songs go different places and are so beautiful. And it's like, how do you pick one as like their best? But I do feel like Oblivion does encapsulate who Mastodon is as a band. I don't know if encapsulate is a word, but it kind of fits the bill. Finally, onto what I would say is their best album. This one was easy for me. This was the one award that was easy for me. Their best album is Crack the Skye 2009. Are we surprised? Every song was fucking perfect. This album is really the one that made me fall in love with Mastodon. So I gotta give it a Crack the Skye. I will now list these albums on a tier list. I will now rank these albums on a tier list, starting from S tier down to F. Let's get to it. In S tier, we have, and I should have put it in S+, Crack the Skye, Into Emperor of Sand, Into The Hunter. All of these were S tier. In A, we have Once More Around the Sun, Into Call of the Mastodon. Yes, I included their demo because I loved it. B, we have Remission, Into Hushed and Grim, Into Leviathan, and then C, we have Blood Mountain. So I don't think Blood Mountain is the worst of the worst. I don't even think it's like terrible or bad. Compared to everything else, I'd say it is mid-level, C tier, average, okay. Vocals ruined it for me. That's really all I have to say about the ranking. Really quick before we wrap up this video, I wanted to say I love Mastodon so much. I have a problem now. I'm viewing my life completely different after listening to all these albums. I love Mastodon They're extremely talented, so amazing, and I really want to know what your thoughts are. What's your favorite album? What's your least favorite Mastodon album? Do they even have a bad album at all? That's what I'm personally wondering and still trying to figure out. I think the answer is nay. Mastodon's amazing. You guys are amazing for watching this. I can't wait to hear from you in the comments. And of course, rest in peace to BRENT, very talented individual, and the world is a bit of a darker place without you here. So guys, this has been the Mastodon video. I'm Kenny Goodtimes. Every Sunday is a new video. Every Sunday is a new band. If you have any requests or recommendations, feel free to comment them down below. So I'll see you guys next week. I hated that. I hate that. I hated that.